Oh, well, I was not expecting to do 3 videos today, especially on a Monday. I'm usually exhausted and just not in the greatest of moods, but I finished another movie and I was like, why not? And why not watch 2006's Halloween Night from the Asylum? I'm sure you know the Asylum. So, this was directed by Mark Atkins and written by Mike Gingold and David Michaelat. And David Michaelat is the dude that directed Scarecrow Slayer, one of my favorites now. Ugh, sorry, that was the Colonel. Yeah, I want to say I thought I had rented it because I remember this DVD cover from Blockbuster, and it reminded me if you've seen the Pumpkin Carver, stuff like that. I can't think of any other movies, but it had really cool covers, or like even that Freak Show. So I put it on Tubi. I watched it, and I liked it. I feel bad for saying that because it has terrible reviews. It's not a very good movie, but it just delivers on what you think it is. It's just it's a rip off of Halloween. So starts out this kid. He's hiding under a bed or a sofa or something, and his parents are getting assaulted. His mom gets raped, but it's like it happens in like 5 seconds. I guess they just skip over it, but it's still pretty brutal because they show her boobs. She had nice boobs though. They pull her underwear down, and then they shoot her. And then like it was all a setup or something because her husband was in on it. And then his wife starts like coming back to life, and they shoot her in the head. It's from you see it from the back, dude. It blows half of her head off. It was pretty shocking actually. It was gross, and I was like, whoa, that was crazy. It looked like something out of like The Godfather or Reservoir Dogs or excuse me. Oh man, I just ate some popcorn. So yeah, it was really good. And then like they shoot again, and it hits like a gas main that happens to be in their living room, or steam, and it hits the kid in the face, burns his face. They don't show it, but later, dude, he looks like a zombie from like an Italian zombie movie. I mean, not good. It's a mask, and he's in an asylum, and they're tormenting him, and he kills the 2 orderlies that are tormenting. Reaches into one's throat and rips it out. Like just kills the other with a fatal blow to the skull. And then he's back. He's going home, just like Michael Myers. And these college kids or young adults are having a party there. And he goes back and he kills them. He kills everybody. He kills everyone he comes in contact with. He just happens to be in the bathroom when one of the guys that's going to the party goes in, and he's changing into his Halloween costume. And the killer, his name is like Chris Varley or something. That's not what it is, but it's not. You need to know his name. It's not even like a cool name. But he puts on the costume. He walks out. The guy's girlfriend, of course, thinks it's him. He starts driving. He doesn't know how to drive really, and he kills her. Makes his way to his party and just kills whoever he encounters. And then the guy who's throwing the party, even in the reviews, people hated him. And I wanted him to die so bad. He's just so annoying. I thought this was like a Jersey Shore movie at first because they all talk in those accents. But no, this is filmed in California. This guy just talks like that, and one of his friends does too. And there's this whole weird plot where like his friend who's coming to the party is in a band that's about to like get a record deal, I guess. But the guy's, I don't want people to know I'm here. Like, I don't know what he thinks it's gonna do. So they're all his friends like, well, well, you gotta lay low, man. To where he even makes him hide in the basement so no one sees him. And I was like, no one cares. Like, this guy's a nobody. But they also have this whole, they're gonna prank everybody by starting a fight and then calling the cops, and then the guy that was supposed to wear the costume that Chris Varley killed, he was gonna come in and like fight the rock and roll guy, and then the rock and roll guy is gonna take him hostage. So when it happened, like, because the rock and roll star guy, he's like hitting on all the girls, and they complain to the David is the main jerk. Yeah, this guy, he's just hitting on all the girls, and he's like, I didn't invite this guy. I'll take care of him. They do that whole thing, and I was like, does he just hate him all? I did not know that they had this prank going, which is stupid. But then he takes the rock and roll guy takes Chris Varley hostage, and I was like, wow, so where's this gonna go? So he takes him off. He takes him and takes off in a car. It's a really elaborate prank. Then the real cops show up, and I was like, what did this idiot think was gonna happen? Everyone gets mad at him. Well, some people are like, this is the best party I've ever been to. And so the cops leave, and Chris Varley and the rock and roll guy, like, Chris kills the rock and roll dude, goes back to the party where most people have left, starts killing again. And like I said, some good gore, good kills, real brutal, like hard-hitting stuff. It's cheap, it's terrible, but I'm sorry. I liked it. I don't know what to tell you. A lot of boobs, surprisingly, or I guess not surprisingly. A lot of good boobs in it. Most people, like, there is no character, even any of the girls I didn't feel sorry for. And I wanted to see David get a brutal murder like all these other people were. And there was one, like, nerdy guy, like, oh, he is okay. But when they kill him, he hits him, like, in the top of the head with a sword, and I think it's like a still photo that they use. So yeah, there's the gore's all over the place. It's good, terrible, bad, good, like that headshot, man. He's got an axe, swords, knives. He's got a bunch of weapons. I didn't like his costume though. And they used some good death metal from a band I never heard of called Body Soil. I looked them up. They did one album in 2006 and then broke up. And I even listened to the whole song at the end of the credits. That was cool. Ends very dumb, very cliched. There's room for a sequel for Michael Varley. And it ends. He's just walking down the road, and this guy picks him up. And he's like, "Come on, man. Looks like you had a rough Halloween night." And then it ends. Ultimately, should you watch it? Yeah, I think you should. It's set on Halloween. There's a killer. He is burnt to a crisp, but he looks like a zombie, and he just kills. He must have killed like 20 people at least. And I just noticed, like, the gunshot sounds were really cool too, like really powerful sounding. I don't know how they did their squibs, but they made them have more impact. So I'd give it a 3 out of 5, just for the gore and the boobs and 2006 movie, man. It's a weird time. Also, this was written, that Gingold, what's his name? That Mike Gingold guy, he's like the editor of Fangoria since 1990. And this is the barest of Skinny Bones' story. Like, it's just Halloween, which is fine. That stupid thing where that prank was dumb. But yeah, there's really nothing to this. It almost seems like no one wrote it, except that that Lat guy, David Michael Lat, who did. Oh, he'll always have my vote after he did Scarecrow Slayer. So you can hear this is Predator, Easy Prey, one of the best metal albums ever produced. Goes good with Halloween Night. But yeah, I enjoyed it. It's better than a lot of other crap that I've watched. But watching it, I was like, this is light years away from stuff like X, Long Legs, Cuckoo, Barbarian, Late Night with the Devil. These are like opposite polar ends. There's no way like you can enjoy this as much as those, but still enjoyable. So if you're looking for something to watch on Halloween night, don't make it your main feature. Make it if you have like a triple feature. Halloween night. Oh man. Halloween night, Pumpkin Carver, and Halloween 2. I'll think of a better one, but that's it. See what I can do. I think I blew all my shots tonight, but we'll see.